Hey everyone, welcome back. A little while ago I made a Keychron K3 review video. You seemed to like it and I asked you, do you want to hear the sound between all the different switches you can possibly buy for this keyboard? You said yes, so I went ahead and I bought all the switches and we're going to do a sound test today, a typing test for all the different switches. It's right here, so let's just dive right into it. Now we're going to look at the actual switches. The optical switches that you can get for the K3 are the following. You have 3 linear switches: the white switch, the red switch, and the black switch. And for all the switches across the board, we have a few common attributes. And that is the pre-travel and total travel. All the switches have a pre-travel of 1.1 millimeter. Plus minus 0.3. The total travel distance for all the switches is 2.5 plus minus 0.3. So for the linear switches, that are the quiet switches of the bunch, they are suitable for office and gaming. You have a difference in the actuation force. That's the only difference between the 3 linear switches: white, red, and black. Now, the white has an actuation force of 30, plus minus 10 grams. The red has an actuation force of 40. And then the heaviest black is 50. Then there is one tactile switch, the brown one. This is suitable for, this is a midway office gaming. The sound level is moderate, it's gentle. And the actuation force is 50 on the brown as well. Then we dive over to the clicky switches. These are the noisiest ones. They're suitable for typing, so this is a typist's switch. The only difference here as well, again, is the actuation force. So for the Clicky Blues, you have 48 grams, and for the orange, you have 55. So the orange is the heaviest of all the switches. So we're gonna dive in and listen to all of them. And by the end of the video, I will let you know which switches I'm going to keep and which switches I'm not gonna use. Let's go. All right, so I really hope that helped you determine which switches you're gonna get. So now I'm gonna tell you which I'm gonna keep. The white one is really great to type on. It's a bit too light. So when I rest my fingers on the keyboard, sometimes it misclicks. So I'm not gonna keep the white one. The black one is a tiny bit too heavy, so it gets a bit tiresome on the fingers after a little while. So for the linear switches, I'm gonna keep the red. There aren't that many options on the tactile side of things, but the brown one was probably the best surprise of these switches. I was really pleasantly surprised of the feeling of the brown, so definitely keeping the brown. And on the clicky side, even though the orange is heavier than the black, it didn't feel as heavy when I was typing. But it is heavier than the blue, and the blue is really light, and if you type a lot, the blue one is probably going to be a bit more gentle on your fingers. So the three switches I'm going to keep is the red, the brown, and the blue. And the funny thing is that if you go to the Keychron webpage today, there was an update 10 minutes ago. The available switches that you can buy are these three. So I would just go ahead and buy these three switches, because then you have a very nice tactile switch, a very nice linear switch, and a very nice clicky switch. I really hope you like the content. I hope you know what switches you're gonna pick up. If not all, maybe you find the one that you want to pick up. And if you enjoyed the content, consider hitting a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I have way more content coming out in the near future. See you around.